Hi, Anthony and Tara, and welcome back. I'm very happy to meet with you. Today, we're going to be going through your IRAs and possible solutions to increase the benefits, and also the situation with your mom, Tara Marlene, and what will happen in the case of her death. So, Anthony, you asked me if you're going to be able to make a deductible contribution. As you know, Tara is not an active participant in any IRA contribution plan. So Maryfield and Johnley, we are an active participant. Phase out is between 196,000 and 206,000. Therefore, your modified adjusted gross income has to be below or within the limit. However, your Maggie is above the phase out limit. Therefore, Anthony, you cannot make a deductible contribution to your traditional IRA. Now, Anthony, you asked me which option is available between a non-deductible IRA and a Roth IRA. Unluckily, Anthony, you cannot have a Roth IRA because your modified adjusted gross income is above the $26,000 limit. However, you can have a non-deductible IRA, and it will be the only option available to you. Roth IRA, however, will be the best option because the contribution that you make to the IRA are after tax. Therefore, you can make a 7,000 maximum contribution in a year, and that will be taxed as ordinary income. So you pay a 35% tax on it. However, this contribution will keep grow, and then because you're above the age of 59 and a half, the distributions, the payments from the withdrawal, and every withdrawal from of earnings from the Roth IRA will be tax free. Therefore, you're gonna pay way less in taxes than compared to a traditional IRA. However, I told you that you cannot have a Roth IRA, but that's not completely true, because you do can have a backdoor. You do can use a backdoor policy to open a Roth IRA, to convert to a Roth IRA. Backdoor policy is basically just an IRS loophole that helps people with a high income, such as doctors or you, Anthony, to have a Roth IRA. Basically, you will deposit your full amount contribution, 7,000, 600,000 maximum contribution plus $1,000 catch-up contribution to your traditional IRA, and then you'll convert the full amount to the Roth IRA. In your situation, you convert your traditional IRA, which right now is 30,000 plus the contribution of 7,000. You contribute the full amount of 37,000 from the traditional IRA to the Roth IRA, and you will do that because you want to avoid the prorated taxation. Moreover, you will have to pay taxes on the gains of the traditional IRA, but that is still going to be more beneficial to you because you'll be able to enjoy tax-free growth and enjoy tax-free payments from the Roth IRA. It's basically, in simple terms, a more tax advantage plan than a traditional IRA. Here is a quick table about how to do a backdoor Roth IRA. You will contribute to your traditional IRA, as I told you. Then you convert your traditional IRA to a Roth IRA. You want to watch out for the prorated rule. So you have to convert all IRAs, traditional simple SIP, and it has to be zero by December 31st of the year of the conversion. Then you fill out the form 8606, and then you will repeat this for every year. So every year you will deposit in your traditional IRA, and then a couple days later you will move it to a Roth IRA. However, right now you gotta clear all your IRAs because you're gonna avoid the pro rata rule. Now let's talk about the tax ramification for Roth IRA. I already talked about it a little bit, but let's get more into it. Roth IRA contributions you can withdraw at any time. There's no tax penalty. The withdrawal of earnings. So basically, all the money that you put in, you can always withdraw them. There will never be a penalty for that. However, unless you're 15 and a half, which Anthony, you are, there will be every withdrawal of earnings will be taxed as income, tax rate plus 10% penalty. However, Anthony, since you above the age of 59 and a half, The withdrawal will be gain on gains will be tax free, so very beneficial. Um, the assets that I would suggest you guys convert to Roth IRA will be Anthony, your traditional IRA through backdoor policy, as explained the size before, and Terra's your Section 401k will also be asset available for Roth conversion. Now, Tara, let's move over to Marlene's IRA, your mom. As we know, your mom is in poor health. So, in the case of your mom's death, you, Tara, will be the sole beneficiary of her IRA. So you have two distribution options because Marlene is above the age of 70 and a half, and she's not a spouse. Uh, there will be you can either choose a lump sum payment, which will be taxed right away as earning income of 35, which therefore 35%, and could also have a consequence to move you guys to a higher tax bracket, which we not want. Another option, which I recommend, will be use another IRA. No contributions can be made to this IRA, and no rollovers can be added to this IRA. But you could receive payments over 10 years, and because Marlene's age is above the age of 7.5, there will be no tax, no 10% tax penalty. So over 10 years, Tara, you'll be able to empty the IRA, but it has to be empty by the end of these 10 years. Lastly, hopefully this will never happen, but in the event of Marlene, of you, Tara, and your mom passing away at the same time, the contingent beneficiary, according to the case, will be Marlene, your mom's estate. However, your mom's drafted a will with an attorney and uh, decide that Tara, you are the beneficiary of the state, and in case you're not able to claim, like in this case, the IRA, the condition, the I'm sorry, unless you're not gonna be able to, in case you're not able to claim the estate, the contingent beneficiary will be your four kids. Now, in this case, because the beneficiary of the IRA is not a person, you Tara, but is an estate, which is not a person, the 10-year rule will shrunk to a 5-year rule. Basically, the 5-year rule gives, as the 10-year rule gives beneficiaries a window of opportunity when they maybe withdraw funds without tax. However, by the December 31st of the 5th year, the funds in the IRA has to be zero, has to be equal to zero. Well, so this is all for your IRA situation. Thank you for your time. I hope I was of help. I was helpful. I'm looking forward to meet you guys again. And in the meantime, take care and be safe.